You know, for over a century, we thought it was just a nebula, a fuzzy cloud inside our own galaxy. But it's so much more. This is Messier 31, the Andromeda Galaxy. It's probably the most famous object in the night sky you've never actually seen. But this one faint patch completely blew up our understanding of the entire universe.
So Andromeda is a staggering 2.5 million light-years away. But in cosmic terms, that makes it our next-door neighbor. It's the biggest galaxy in our local cosmic neighborhood, kind of like the slightly bigger sibling to our own Milky Way. But here's the thing. The closer we look, the more we realize this familiar stranger is hiding some absolutely wild secrets that are forcing us to rethink everything we thought we knew about how galaxies even work.
And the first clue that something's a little off with Andromeda is its shape. See, when you picture a big spiral galaxy, you're probably imagining these beautiful, graceful, sweeping arms. Andromeda, well, it doesn't really look like that. That's the big question, right? For a galaxy this huge and this old, it looks surprisingly messy, almost battered. And it turns out the evidence of a violent past is written all over its face.
Okay, so on one side you have your classic grand design spiral, the textbook picture. And then there's Andromeda. Its spiral structure is weak, it's fragmented. Instead of those nice arms, it has these huge, almost circular rings of dust and new stars, especially that massive one way out from the center. And its whole disk is visibly warped. This is not a picture of a galaxy that's had a quiet life. This looks more like the scene of an accident. So, how in the world do you get ripples in a galaxy? The leading theory is basically a cosmic bullseye, a head-on collision. Imagine a smaller galaxy acting like a gravitational bullet, punching right through the main disk. It sends out this massive shock wave that expands outwards, just like a stone dropped in a pond, gathering up all the gas and dust into these circular rings. And astronomers are pretty sure they found the smoking gun. About 210 million years ago, a dwarf galaxy called M32 took a nosedive straight through Andromeda's disk. Bam! That created the rings we see today. But M32 didn't just walk away from it. The collision stripped off all its outer layers, leaving behind just the super dense, compact core we can still see. So while Andromeda wears the rings from the collision, M32 is still carrying the scars. But hold on, the story of Andromeda's wild past doesn't stop with its outer disk. As we zoom right into the core, the mysteries just get deeper. The center of this galaxy is a place of beautiful, beautiful chaos.
For years, when Hubble looked at Andromeda's core, it saw what looked like a double nucleus, two bright spots right at the center. So were there two supermassive black holes? The reality is actually even stranger. It's not two cores, it's one true core, where the black hole is, and a lopsided, eccentric disk of old stars whipping around it. From where we're standing, the brightest parts of that off-kilter orbit create this perfect illusion of a double nucleus.
Now, in visible light, Andromeda's central bulge just looks like a big round ball of stars. But if you look at it in near-infrared light, which can slice right through the dust, a totally different shape emerges. It's not round at all, it's distinctly boxy. And that is the unmistakable signature of a massive stellar bar, a huge rotating structure of stars hidden deep in its core. That makes Andromeda a lot more like our own Milky Way than we ever thought.
And that bar isn't just sitting there looking pretty. Oh no, it acts like a giant cosmic funnel. It grabs gas and dust from the inner part of the galaxy and channels it right toward the center. And that material gets caught in this incredible structure, a nuclear spiral. It's literally a vortex inside a galaxy, a swirling filament of gas on its final swirling journey down into the central supermassive black hole, feeding the entire engine of the galaxy.
Okay, so we've got a galaxy that's been smacked around, it's got a chaotic core with a hidden bar, but the biggest revelation of all challenges the one thing everybody thinks they know about Andromeda's future.
It's in all the textbooks, right? We've been told for decades that the Milky Way and Andromeda are hurtling towards each other, destined for this epic merger in about 4.5 billion years. It's always been presented as a cosmic certainty.
But what if I told you the odds were more like a coin toss? Yeah. According to the very latest research, using the most precise data we have ever had, the actual probability of a merger happening in the next 10 billion years is only about 50%. So what changed? Well, the early models were, let's just say, a little too simple. They treated it like a two-body problem, just the Milky Way and Andromeda. But the universe is a lot messier than that. Thanks to new data from the Gaia Space Telescope, we can now map the motions of our other galactic neighbors with incredible precision. And it turns out, their gravity, it matters a lot.
The entire fate of our two galaxies now depends on these cosmic wildcards. The gravity of the Triangulum galaxy, M33, actually gives the merger a little nudge, making it a bit more likely. But the real game changer is the Large Magellanic Cloud. Its massive gravity is tugging on the Milky Way, changing our path just enough to significantly decrease the chance of a head-on collision. Tiny little uncertainties in the masses and speeds of these galaxies can lead to wildly different futures. We could have a direct hit, a near miss, or no collision at all. There's even a wild fringe theory that suggests the galaxies could have charge fields that cause them to just repel each other and bounce apart.
So our whole journey with Andromeda has taken us from seeing it as this simple, predictable neighbor to this complex, battered, and totally unpredictable galaxy. It seems like the more we learn, the more we realize just how much we have left to figure out.
I mean, look at this. This is the new story of Andromeda. What we thought was a classic spiral galaxy is actually a collision-scarred disk of rings. What looked like a simple bright core is a chaotic, barred center that's creating an optical illusion. And what we were told was an inevitable, future cosmic crash is now just a 50-50 shot, its fate hanging on the delicate gravitational dance of all its neighbors.
And this quote from the researchers who did the work, it just says it all. What was once presented as an astronomical certainty is now one of the biggest open questions in galactic science. The future of our own little corner of the universe is, quite literally, unwritten.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. Andromeda isn't some exotic, far-flung object. It is the closest major galaxy to us. It's the one we're supposed to know best. And if it can still surprise us this much, totally upending what we thought we knew about its past, its present, and its future, it just makes you wonder, what other incredible secrets is the universe still waiting to reveal?